One of the canoes, and it's going to be part of that canoe crew. So we're going to want to switch off. You know, it's about 2¼ mile portage. You know, if you're a real canoe geek, that's just over 800 rods. But anyway.
Okay, are you with me? Alright, here we go. Nibe, Izadeiku, Dini Kwachuai Niku, Izubay Niku. Okay, one more time. Nibe, Izadeiku, Dini Kwachuai Niku, Izubay Niku.
Bonjour, Snappy Dog, Minoa, and in the way Marganak. In this little shik, in the go, Jibway Mark, a fly into dam. It's Kagami way, Saka Gane.
Okay, well, my name is Ellie King, and I'm one of the paddlers of the Precious Waters Flotilla. We've just completed this location represents the completion of a 30-day, 390-mile canoe trip. Copper nickel sulfide mining is not an option for Minnesota. The track record is just too poor, and we have some speakers that will be addressing that. And the risks are just too great. Lake Superior being the largest freshwater body in the world. I mean, come on. You know, I can't get over it.
Because each of us can pull together, can put a paddle in the water, can put one foot in front of the other, and together we can make it all the way. Now, we've heard today that there are some countries where water has rights. In the United States, water isn't a person, the environment isn't a person, but corporations are persons. And what we've got to fight for now, we've got to fight for the water, we've got to fight for the wild rice, the monoman, we've got to fight for the fish, and we've also got to fight for the people. Because one of the things about sulfide mining that you might not realize is what sulfide is a chemical that's in the rock from which they have to take copper and nickel, and yes, also gold and platinum. They're not telling us this, but this is also a gold rush in northern Minnesota. And when they expose these millions of tons of sulfide rock to air and water, you know what comes out? Sulfuric acid. And sulfuric acid leaches metals out of the rock. That's why it's a little different. It is true that there are problems from taconite mining. And the reason there are problems with taconite mining is because our agencies don't have the guts to tell the mining companies to use treatment that is known that is available. But all the evidence across the country is that sulfide mining has never been done safely anywhere. And if you look at what they call the Superfund Fund, which is when taxpayers have to pay for pollution cleanup, the biggest source of Superfund liability across America is hard rock mining of copper and nickel and sulfide rock. So it's not just the environment, it's Minnesota taxpayers that are being placed at risk. And sulfide mining is different because the amount of sulfuric acid drags metals out of that rock. Now it drags metals out that hurt the fish. Copper and nickel are toxic to the aquatic system. It drags metals out that also hurt human beings. And what that means is that there is going to be more mercury coming out of that rock. And as mentioned before, the sulfates help mercury that is sitting in the sediments turn into biologically available mercury. And it can concentrate from the lower organisms all the way up to the fish, so it becomes toxic for human beings. In Minnesota, the Minnesota Health Department released a study this winter. 1 out of 10 Minnesota babies born near Lake Superior has mercury above safe levels. And that's because we don't only have the mercury coming out of the coal that's burned, that comes out of the air, but we have the sulfates from the mining industry that our pollution control agency is not regulating. And so we have a very toxic chemical, and sulfide mining will make it worse. And sulfide mining also leaches out arsenic. The Polymet mine would be upstream of drinking water reservoir for the city of Point Lakes. And the Pollution Control Agency ignored it, but the US EPA said, be careful. This plant could increase toxic arsenic in water as well. So we have to say no to sulfide mining for our wild rice, for our fish, for the spirits in the water, and for the health of the next generation of children. A lot of reasons to say no.
Clean water, clean air and water, for Manoma to grow, for the living to keep on giving to this beautiful earth we call home, to be protected, to be respected, for generations to come. Keep on paddling them canoes into town. Stop the mining by the boundary water right now. To be protected, to be respected, for generations to come again. To be protected, to be respected, for generations to come. To be protected, to be respected, for generations to come. To be protected, to be respected, generations to come, to be protected, to be respected.